Or Shalom, Shalom. Koholam Yahweh Bashem Yahushai wa Barakatam. I'm going to get double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that continue to teach me the truth and over well. Shalom to my fellow Akim, my fellow laborers out here in His Word. Shalom to the few sisters, which maybe not few, to the sisters out there. Of course, reading and learning, and of course, submissive to the husbands and our chase keepers at home, not out in the street. So today's video, coming at you from Shema Shawam, also known as Kashab, on some of my old accounts. And I just wanted to make a little bit of a news post on this one thing here from RT America on how the U.S. military lost thousands of weapons.
It's been described as a bombshell revelation the Pentagon and armed services don't want to talk about. In the last 10 years, 1,900 U.S. military firearms were either lost or stolen and have ended up on America's streets. RT's Farron.
All right, so from that, you see it all starts to make sense now. All right, because you had that scooter shooter that was, you had niggas up in the blicky down in Times Square. There was another nigga who just got his, I think it was an Edomite, who just got his shit shot up in West 19th Street. I mean, the gang violence and all the violence is starting to spread to, Manhattan. I heard about one store, maybe it was in like Chirac, like a good part of Chirac or something, or not Chirac, in a good part of Chicago maybe, by a hotel in a financial district where all the Edomites are, and some dude aired that place out. So you see these evil spirits are coming out here and jumping on these gang niggas, and they're up in that yappa, and they're just airing niggas out, man. I mean, I just came from the laundromat, a few hours ago, and I was sitting there and I was watching the news, and I saw something about some dude getting robbed in Manhattan, in a nice neighborhood in Manhattan, I believe, and Edomite guy, and the guy was walking by. The white boy was in his car, in his convertible, and a Jake had his phone on, like he was talking on the phone, walking down the street, and then he just pulled his gun, and then he held the guy up at gunpoint, and I believe the guy shot the Edomite, and he robbed him, and walked off, and they can't find him, But as you can see, when you go watch this thing on yourself, I really don't want to pad out the video. By playing this thing, it's just gonna be too long. Go watch it on your own time. But basically, they're talking about how the Pentagon chief said that there's actually a lot more, or I believe it's the former Pentagon chief said that there's actually a lot more than 1,900 weapons stolen in the last 10 years, which that's absolute nonsense. 10,000. Let's say it was 1,900. That means on average they maybe lost 20 weapons a year. 20 weapons. That means in a given month, say there's 12 months of the year, right? That means they stole about 1 or 2 weapons every month. That's ridiculous. It's more than that. Okay, and the U.S. Clearly has a track record of selling weapons to other nations. The U.S. sold weapons to Taiwan. Sold those jets to Taiwan, I believe. Even with the whole thing in South America, with the Northern Kingdom, they be selling weapons to those Southern Kingdom Contras and rebels. The whole Bay of Pigs incident, we can't forget about that. In Cuba, where they sent those, they'd have to be CIA, because CIA is more international. FBI is more national. So they sent the CIA in there to train those rebels in Cuba to try and take down, Castro and the regime. But getting back into it, man, this right here is gonna usher in. Because as soon as I was listening to it, the Holy Spirit came upon me and it all clicked in, and I was like, oh shit, they're gonna use this thing with the lost thousands of weapons. This could be one of the things that usher in the MOB. Because the way they're talking about it, we need they're basically saying we need a way to track down these weapons. We need a way to track down where these weapons are going and how people are stealing these weapons and to deal with this corruption. This is how they're gonna push in that mark, which I'm gonna go read it real quick. You know, we all know about this, but you know, for you brothers who happen to see this who may be new, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great works, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And that's also going to that Project Bluebeam, those holograms. They're going to be able to do things like that. I believe one of the brothers, I believe it was the guy at GMS Awakening, he went into how they can make the holograms feel and smell, because with the Project Bluebeam, they're pretty much able to like concentrate atoms in an area, so they can actually make something have a feel and a touch, you know. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. She knows Babylon the Great, aka America. And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 which that's Esau's lucky number. All right, and I already talked about it on one of my old channels, but I'm gonna lightly hit on it a little bit. Maybe you know, I might make a rerun of it. But that guy Benjamin Netanyahu, he went and graduated from MIT, and in MIT I found an article that's really old, and it's about how MIT has a secret society, and I mean, you clearly say it out there, a secret society called the Cyrus. And the place where it was located at was like 666 something street, okay, and all this stuff is clearly Masonic in nature, clearly inspired by Aleister Crowley. You know, the whole rituals, they would sit in a circle representing that Ouroboros. They would say Osiris is between us or something at the beginning of the meetings. Clearly some heavily satanic shit going on in MIT, okay. And another fun fact about MIT, one of the first leaders of it, I believe his name is like Albert French or something. His son, John French, he made that Abraham statue, the Abraham statue that everyone knows about that one. He also did that the statue of is it Athena? Yeah, I believe it is Athena. Athena and the owl. Okay, Athena and the owl that you can see in Columbia University. So we know that this government and this whole thing, it's all conspiracy, man. It's all conspiracy to usher in that mark. Okay. And here's just a couple things here. This is all I looked up was U.S. Army, then the word rape. All right, and the U.S. Military has a clear history of this. You know, they let women into the military, and what do you expect to happen? The women start getting raped. Some of the men, even. This one here shows men. This one has multiple parts. All right, I actually found a series on it. Yeah, this is the one that's that I saw. This guy, he was molested by his sergeants in his squad, man. So, you know, this entire country is fucked up, and it's you know, absolutely wicked, man. And I just wanted to go by sorceries. I know this one by heart by now. You know what I'm saying? Gotta build up that spirit, man, so I come out here and I could just be able to just boom. So Revelation chapter 18 verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all than thee, and of what's the bridegroom, Yahushua, and of the bride, which is us. You know, Yahushua is the bridegroom grooming the bride, you know, through coming in and being put on earth. to, of course, teach us and bring back the Gentiles, the Gentile multitude, Gentile Israelite multitude, to bring them back in truth. And of course, to fulfill prophecy that he would come, and pretty much to let us know and get us back in the faith and redeem us so that we can come and get right for this coming day again, okay? For this day to come again when he's going to return on this earth. Because as he left, I thought I heard something. Salakia. For as he came, so shall he go. And you can read about that in, I believe, Acts, the first chapter. The angels, when Yahushua is pulled into the chariot, the angel tells him, as he left, so shall he come. Which goes into how Yahushua is going to come back again in those clouds. And the bride shall behold no more at all in thee, for thy mercy with the great men of the earth, which they are. I mean, look at the fucking Rothschilds. With those Rothschilds, in that whole situation, I believe they paid the German. I'm not gonna say it, no, but they're connected. They're connected to the fall of the Stuarts, which those were like the last line of Israelite kings in England. I know they're involved. I saw that in a documentary. I read up on it. They pretty much they had some stakes in that. They had some stakes. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe I'll do a video on that later on once I finish doing my little digging. But they're involved. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And it was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. Which that's coming to how they're going to, of course, gun our people down. Our people are going to gun themselves down and gun each other down with all these guns going loose. And this guy here in the comment section, he said, yeah, well, add bombs to the list too. I saw the article this morning about missing weapons. So this guy found that there's bombs as well. So I doubt Jake is going to be fucking rolling down the street in a tank or in a UAV or not a UAV, APV, armored personnel vehicle, or, well, you call it that, or APC. I doubt Jake is going to be flying in planes and shit and bombing, and you know what I'm saying? More than likely not. More than likely probably giving it to Esau, man. More likely giving it to them Triple K boys and those Edomites, man. Because they've had that technology and had that shit before. That's what happened in Black Wall Street, man. They bombed that shit. All right, and that's gonna come back again real soon, man, with those riots and those wars, man. Those class wars, those race wars. A lot of these weapons, they're not gonna admit it, but a lot of those weapons are going to private military companies as well, man. They sell to those private military companies like Blackwater to go into these different nations around the world and fuck shit up pretty much. Flex American muscles, man. The thing is about those private military companies is that they exist and work outside of U.S. jurisdiction. Pretty much at a world jurisdiction. They're just private entities. So they can do whatever the hell they want. So that's pretty much it. This thing here is clearly going to usher in the MLB. It's going to start with things like this. Oh, well, we need to find ways to track our guns. Hey, why don't we microchip all the soldiers? Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. Then it's going to start with the hacking as well. Hey, people are hacking us and stealing our money. How are we going to stop the hacking? Hey, let's go chip everyone. Hell yeah, let's go do that. Okay. Or let's say something else. Say something fucking as mundane as school. Okay, let's say with the school system. Hey, we need to find a way to find out and see if our students are retaining information as well. Hey, I got a great idea. Let's go make incisions in everyone and put MOBs in them, so that we can watch them and monitor their brain waves to make sure they're paying attention, which that was already in China. Slovakia, that was already in China. They had a thing like that where they had students wear like a brain fucking wave sensor on their heads, and it could like track their brains, brain activity and shit. You know, they could already do that already with in hospitals. So how hard is it for them to make it to a portable sense and do that to your kids? You know, and I also had another idea. You know, what about money, man? You know, at the bank, hey, we're losing money. Someone's robbing. They could easily doctor that and have someone going around robbing banks and shit. Or even with the whole Bitcoin thing, they can even do that. Oh, someone's hacking all our Bitcoin accounts and stealing our cash. What are we gonna do? Hey, let's go, put MOBs in everyone, and now that won't be an issue, because now we can just track you down and stop you, you know. And I know I'm kind of ranting a little bit and going on and on, but Slovakia, it's just, you know, when you look at these science fiction novels, which, you know, I've been always into those kinds of things. Even when I was a little kid, you know, my pops, I saw Terminator, which that movie scared the shit out of me when I first saw it. I saw Terminator 2 when I was like, maybe 10 or 11. I grew up with movies like Terminator, Commando, Tron, Aliens, Predator, you know. Well, of course, very masculine movies, but most of the movies that are listed are all, for the most part, science fiction about extraordinary things, you know. And looking at this one series, well, not really series, it's a game, a board game, right? And it does have a video game that completely fucking flopped. Cyberpunk. In that game, you have people, hackers, right? Because everyone's connected to the internet. People can connect their minds to computers and online synchronize their mind to the internet and put their minds in the internet, right? They have hackers in that kind of game, in that game's universe setting, that hack and are able to hack people's minds and get into people's minds and, like, say, shut off their heart, you know. And, you know, and I'm getting more and more examples in my head. Ghost in the Shell. If you brothers have ever seen Ghost in the Shell, which, you know, I recommend you watch on your own time. You know, but that one, that has that, where guys have telepathy, and the main character can, like, read the other guy's thoughts, read their thoughts and emotions and shit, and they could talk with telepathy almost. They could talk in their heads and communicate with each other. You know, and they can, like, I remember the main character can, like, hack machines. Like, she can stick a wire in her neck because she's like a cyborg, and stick the like a jack and stick a wire into her neck and put it into, like, machines and hack shit. You know. Let me see. I know I had another one in my head. Shit. I think that was pretty much it. My point of the matter. Oh, shit. There it is. Sword Art Online. If you guys, you know, I'm naming things that mostly kids know, but you know, look it up. I mean, this anime's trash, but Sword Art Online. With the Neuralink, I think it's called Neuralink. It's like a little helmet, and the kids put the thing on, and it'll connect their brains to the virtual world. Okay, my point of the matter is that's all in the cartoons, in the games and whatever. It's all predictive programming. They know that shit's out there. They know, because where'd they get the idea from? Because art merely mimics life. So where do they get these ideas from? Okay, because they have those government contacts. All right, they know. They got insider information. All right. So that's all I got. I didn't really mean to make this thing so long. It's just, I had a couple ideas, and they kind of just came out through the spirit. So I want to say Kahola Yahawa by Shimi Hawashai by Shimmer Kakadash. That's all I got. Shalom.